Oh yeah, what's going on, guys? How's it going today? I hope your day is going well. You know, today I would like to talk to you guys about the narcissist, of course, but we're going to take it another level. We're going to take it past the clinical, right? Actually, we're going to discuss some of the clinical, but we're going to take it to the deviant nature of these people and how they seek out opportunities to always disenfranchise or harm other people because they have a sickness. Many of you people out there are just not aware because you like to believe that, you know, everyone has a good heart on some level, and, you know, all you have to do is, you know, give them a little whatever you're going to give them and they'll come around eventually, right? In an ideal world, such a concept would be great, right? Would be admirable. But we're talking about people who literally are crazy and who are demented, right? And they have bad spirits. And this is why they do the things they do. Now I'll tell you guys a quick story. And, you know, this is interesting. You know, a while back, you know, I was renting this little cottage. And, you know, it was by the river and everything. And so every once in a while, a good rainstorm would bring in these little bugs, you know, like, I don't know. And they'd be all over the place. They'd come in through the doors and stuff like that. With a cabin and out in the woods, you can't really, you know, secure the place to keep bugs out. But you do have treatments. And so the person that was renting me the cabin, they would have the bug person come by and do treatments every once in a while, you know. And just so happened, the week that I was renting out this cabin, that was the scheduled maintenance for this treatment. So the bug guy shows up, and actually it was not the same guy. It was, you know, I had been there before and saw the guy, met him a while back, and I had, you know, and so this was some new guy, but this new guy was already, you know, I told you guys, I'm a justice empath, okay? And when I met this guy, he was very strange. Now here's what he did. You know, I was away, and when I got back to the cabin, this is what actually occurred. I got back to the cabin, and he was on the porch of my cabin, you know, I guess getting off spider webs or something, or doing whatever. And so, you know, I pull up, he sees me, and he doesn't say anything, so I pull around to the driveway or whatever, and I get out. And so, you know, I say, okay, well, I guess they're having a treatment, so I just say, well, I won't say anything, you know, it's just something routine. So I'm in the cabin or whatever. And, you know, I go out on the back, you know, I'm standing out, there's a little river or something, so I'm standing out there, and the guy comes around to the side of the cabin that I'm on, and, you know, he just walks past me, he doesn't say anything, and that was very strange. See, this is what I'm talking about, this strange behavior that you guys have to check these people out. And when people started, you know, when people start acting strange, you have to think about what they're going to do or why they're doing this. There's a reason for everything, okay? So this guy didn't say anything to me. Remember, he came around to my side and didn't say a word to me. So we just stood there, you know, looking at each other, and he passes me, and I go back in the cabin. So after he talks to the guy, you know, the landlord or whatever, I guess that gave him some courage or something. So he comes back, and, you know, he asked, could he come in and do the treatment? So I said, yeah, of course. He could have done that. He could have said that to me, and I found that to be very strange. So, you know, I'll put that in my, you know, red flags box. Okay? But I let this guy come in the cabin. Okay? And, you know, me being silly, and this is what I'm talking about, paying attention to stuff. Me being the justice empath that I am, me being the clinical narcissist expert that I am, watching these people for years, I didn't pay any much attention. I had stuff to do, so I went on back in the office, and I told him, just go ahead and, you know, do what you got to do or whatever. And, you know, he asked where the bathroom was. I pointed him down the hall to the bathroom, so he went on in there and everything, and I just went and did what I was doing. So at some point he calls me. I get up from the desk, I come in there, and he says, yeah, I'm good to go, you're all set, you know, I don't see anything. And then I said, okay, well, thanks. And so he's going out of the door, and then he looks at me with this strange look, and he says, let me know if you see anything. And he literally said it just like that. Now, you know, me being who I am, I really took those words to heart, and I said, I wonder what that meant, because when narcissists say things, there's always a game attached to whatever they say. Okay? The guy looked strange. He was acting. He was behaving strangely. 2 red flags. Okay? And you can't really judge a person by how someone looks. But like I told you guys before, sometimes when people are BSC, that's batshit crazy, you can look into their eyes and clearly see that there's something going on. There's something wrong. Okay? But nonetheless, you know, he said this statement and then he went on about his day. I said, okay, well, thanks. Didn't think anything much of it after the day, whatever. So maybe 3 days later, you know, I came in, you know, I went to the kitchen area, pantry or whatever, and I saw like a bunch of roaches. Now, keep in mind, folks, I had stayed at this cabin for many, many months. You know, one time, I'm always there. So I knew that I didn't have any roaches. There were times where maybe I would come, you know, to the cabin, have a cup of coffee, leave it sitting out all day, nothing, right? Any time of the day or night, I would walk around this particular cabin, nothing. Except for those little bugs that would come from outside. And they're outside bugs, right? And, you know, pretty much he would just treat around the house, and that would keep like the spatters out. You guys have houses, you know what I'm saying. But I saw a lot of roaches. And here's the interesting thing. The roaches, and this may sound strange to you, but they were displaced. Now, if you're in a home, you know, which is infested, roaches will run. When the lights come on, they will run for some crack or crevice because they know where they're going and they've lived there. But these roaches just went around in circles. You know, I cut the light on. It was a bunch of roaches in there, and they just were going around in circles because they didn't know where to go. And then I looked at them. You know, before I killed them, I looked at them, and I realized that they were all different types of roaches. So how does one get a German cockroach, a brown cockroach, you know, whatever? You know, clearly you could visibly look at the bugs and see that they were all different species of the roach. So I thought to myself, I had never seen a bug in this place over the period of months that I was there. Not at all, not one. You know, maybe some ants or something out on the porch. Maybe the little bugs or something. Spiders or something, you know, just normal natural things that, you know, that will collect in your house or something. But these roaches, they literally died quickly because they didn't know how to run. They didn't know where to run. They just kept going around in circles in one spot on the floor. Now, unless these bugs were BSC, I would assume that the person planted those bugs. And remember, I was going back to that thing in my mind when the guy said, let me know if you see anything. He literally said it like that, guys. I have to say it like that for emphasis, just to make you understand the strangeness of this. Okay? So, you know, I immediately, you know, panicked, went out to, you know, drove a couple of miles down the road to a hardware store, got all of the best, you know, chemicals and bug spray treatments and spot treatments I could, and, you know, and did the house up, clean the cabin thoroughly. I informed the landlord, and then I just, you know, treated the house. Now, knowing that there was going to be another routine scheduled inspection. Okay? So this guy comes back maybe like towards the beginning of the next week, and I'm still there, you know, and he knocks on my door. He says, you know, can I come in? You know, can I check it out? And I said, no, I'm okay, thanks. And as I was closing the door, I looked in his face, and I noticed that, you know, he looked, you know, he had a strange look on his face, like he wanted to come in the house just to see or plant more roaches. And because I was very suspectful of him the last go round, I just didn't let him come in the house. Okay? A couple of days later, no roaches. Never again. You know, and I've been at that cabin recently. No roaches. So now I will never let this guy ever treat the house. Ever again. Okay? And I want you guys to think about craziness. Let's go into this real quick. The crazy narcissist will literally take a job like a you know, a pest, you know, exterminator or something. They'll take a job like that, and that's because they can do damage to you. They literally get off on the idea of, you know, because they go to all of these different infested homes and stuff like that and treat them, and maybe they have a little vial of something. You know, maybe they collect the specimens or something. They keep them in a little bottle or something. And that's how I got all of those different types of roaches. It was like a an international exchange of roaches or something. I saw like all different types of roaches. I'm serious. And that's very strange. You know, you only have one species or another, but they were like all of them, had never seen them before. So these people are dangerous on a level where they will plant something in your house. You know, if they don't like you and they come to service your equipment, they may break something and charge you for it. See, you have to pay attention to people. The moral of the story, when a person comes to your home, you know, wherever you are, understand that they may be a narcissistic personality. And if so, if they're caustic, they will do something in your home. They may steal something. They could do anything. They could even plant a recording device. And they'll go as, you know, to that extreme. If you're a target, if there's something about you that they find interesting or they want to play a game with you. This guy didn't say a word to me, right? But yet, I let him come in my house, and that was dumb. I should have paid attention to all the red flags and all of the things that I thought was very strange. Because I don't have to have that guy spray. I can pay my own pest control people, you know. It's not like I'm living there or anything like that. So I just did that. But I want you guys to pay attention, for real. Pay attention to the people around you. Pay attention. You go to a drive-thru, you order some food. They give you a price that you're not used to paying or something. They may be taking that money and putting it in their pocket, right? I knew narcissists who used to steal, you know, used to work in record shops and stuff when I was young. And they would, you know, literally take the CDs, give the CDs to the customers, and just put the money in their pocket. So you have to worry about stuff like that. If you have a business, they'll take from you, right? They're built to do these things. But this pest control guy, you know, is a perfect example of the Norman Bates narcissist. You understand what I'm saying? Where clearly you see there's something wrong, right? And you know, and because of your good nature, oh, people are all good and, you know, and there's nothing wrong, you're going to get burned. So I want you guys to pay attention to that, right? Because I caught hell for a couple of days wondering, you know, if I had a roach infestation. And I was going to probably have to relocate to some other place or something. But luckily, thankfully, you know, I was able to get everything under control and never had a problem again. But I'm letting you guys know, just for your own education, never trust narcissists, okay? If they come in your home, follow them around. Do not let them walk through your house or do anything like that. That's what I need you guys to grab. That's the most important thing. And I'm getting bit up by bugs out here, so I'm going to keep walking before I become a, wow, jeez. Okay, folks, so I do love bad behavior, right? But I don't love not being able to trust people to come in my home and do a dutiful job, right? If you come to my house and you're changing my panel and I ask you to do something specific because I'm writing you a check, all I want you to do is do what I ask and go about your business. I don't need you to tell me what you want to do in my home or how you should set my controls or any of these things I've experienced. I've had people come work in my house and steal my gas cans out my shed and, you know, just do all types of stuff, right? And this is what they do. They're always seeking to make someone a victim or take something. This is what they're built to do, this stuff, okay? You guys going over to my website, thinkbehavior.info, pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior. And you can also pick the book up on Amazon. Like, share, and subscribe to the videos. And make sure that if you have a pest control guy come into your house, make sure that you carefully watch what they're doing in your home, okay? It's your home. You live there. And if they want to make you a target, you just make it much harder for them to do, okay? Y'all have a nice day.